It's been 10,000 years, but I am finally back. Hello, Hackers. Hello, Odin. How are you? Oh my god. Has it been that long? It's been like, what, 3 weeks, I think? Even if it was not that long, I did forget. I forgot how to stream. I was just figuring out how to do this thing. Oh, again. Wowee, yeah. It's been a while. But I am getting back into it. Getting ready for the nest. Oh yeah, hello Neo. Getting ready for the nest. Now once the nest comes out, I will be busy with videos, probably, but until that happens, we can definitely do some streaming. Though the White Knuckle Academy is open once more. Oh, of course, here comes Hackers with an instant submission, showing off the 602 run. Wow, I wonder what tips I can give you on your 602 run. Yo, hello, Jivix. What's up? All right, let's start with Hakkas's run then. Thank you. Yes, yes, I am back. Hello, Cade. Yeah, things have been, okay. But I have missed this, I have missed watching the runs. So let's do it. All right, let's boot up this run. Oh, God. Let's switch over to the browser. Let's see what we've got going on here. So this is a restart, I assume, right? Yeah. Oh my, oh, what is happening? Oh, it's so loud. I forgot how loud these notifications are. Okay, so Emily has subbed for 2 months for some reason. Why not just one? You could save money by subbing. Okay, anyway, money don't grow on trees. I appreciate your support very much. Thank you very much. Wow, that's a good start of the stream, huh? Zamide rating with 54 viewers. That's a decent start. Welcome in, everybody. The gist of this stream is that we're looking at the runs from the viewers. Runs, White Knuckle runs, submitted from the viewers. If you want your run analyzed for me to give you tips on how to improve, you could join my Discord and submit your runs, and we will watch them in order of the queue. Alright, so this run will probably be sick AF. Alright, of course, it begins with the best room in deep storage, as it always... Oh, God. Oh, it's so loud. What is happening? I reached my goal. Okay. Alright, so this is the best room in deep storage because you get... Oh, what is happening? What? Oh, okay. If this is... Alright, so I'm gonna lower the volume of these notifications quite a bit. Thank you for 1 bit. But this is quite uncomfortable. Alright, this is the best room in deep storage because it guarantees an injector and a pill. On to an OK room, which has a guaranteed pill spawn, which Hakas doesn't go for because he already has a pill effect applied. This is an OK room because it only has food. Onto another OK room that only has food as well. These are short, so this is fine. But of course, in deep storage, you want to have rooms that actually give you items. This one is a completely useless room that gives you nothing at all. Metabolic Overdrive, the best experimental perk in the game in my opinion. The vendors have an explosive rebar and an injector. Okay, let's see this gamble. The gamble, does it pay off? I guess it's fine. You do need at least one blink eye. I think he got 2, so he will be able to use one of the blink eyes here in air exchange to skip the fans if necessary, which will speed up the run by quite a bit. Alright, this is the new useless room, which came with the Abyss update. This room has no items. And if you get unlucky, you can get stuck in these rotating platforms in the middle. Alright, on to lockdown. Oh, the ads are going. Okay, let's pause for the ads. Let's pause for the ads. Or are the ads over at this point? Can somebody tell me, please? I have no idea. Lini-cuh mug zoom. Yeah, I'm proud of this one. This is my greatest creation, the mug zoom. Hello, Bullen. Welcome to the stream. Alright, the ads over? I'm assuming they are. Alright, so let's see this lockdown. 2 ruby roaches, as per usual, as well as the nugget and the hammer. That's quite a bit of roaches. Injector and grub, and you're buying extra eyes. I wonder why. So what is the play behind buying extra eyes? I guess eyes are good, just generally very good. But are they worth buying? Well, let's see if it pays off. Stasis here, instantly the best perk in the game. This is the only perk you want to get when you are speedrunning the campaign. Use 1 eye here to get to the secret. Very good secret entry. So we are working with 3 grubs and metabolic stasis, which means the expulsion chute should be very easy. Okay, let's see it. Unlucky with the crusher cycle there, or the grinder cycle I should say. Getting stuck for a second there, but it's okay. Well, actually this is what, 602? So maybe if you didn't get stuck on this grinder, maybe this could have been a sub 6. Who knows? Okay, double stasis. So 2 of the best perks in the game. Injector here, very nice. 1 grab here and 1 for the pier. This is looking very, very good. Well, I guess Jivix switched over to YouTube. Hello again, Jivix. Hello, Stoat. A very good shaft. Okay, using the blink eyes to save a little bit of time. I see, I see. Construction pier. So will you check the vendor? I'm guessing not. Will you check the injector spawn? You do, it's not there. Oh, and and if you didn't check this spawn, you would have gotten... Yeah, this would have been a 602. If not for the grinder and this injector spawn. But it was worth checking. The injectors are the best items in the game. You have to check for them. You have to gamble. The experimental perk in this run is Metabolic Overdrive. Arguably the best experimental in the game. It gives you 30% jump height and 30% climb speed. Now, technically, on paper, what's it called? Conditioned Polyphagia is better because it also gives you movement speed. However, you need to keep it active by constantly consuming food every 15 seconds or so. So it can slow you down if you're not like perfect, if you're not playing perfectly. All right, so this is very good previous Delta rooms, but this one is not so great at all. This room has no items, none at all, except for a few flares and a food can at the start. But at least you complete it fairly quickly. Okay, as per usual, the artifacts don't matter anymore. The artifacts get instantly sacrificed, so you just grab the very first artifact you get your hands on, and then you just sacrifice it in the Interlude 3. On the altar right here. You only have the demo. A sale is probably coming in like a couple of weeks, right? The big Steam sale. Alright, what's in this vendor? No injectors here, 1 injector there. Gamble. Will you get the gamble? Okay, you got 1 extra injector. That's good. That's solid. Alright, so this was... Okay, hang on. So this was how many injectors? 5 injectors used all at once. 2, 3, 5, 7. So you go into Abyss with 7 injectors, which is a lot. This is a lot. Way more than you usually get. And you use all 7 of them straight away. Oh, a little bit of a slowdown here, which is and some more slowdowns. Ooh, kind of wasting the injector value there. Okay, will you get more injectors here? 2. Okay, at least the RNG doesn't fail you there. I'm doing okay, thank you for asking. You know, been doing quite bad, but I've recovered. So we are back to streaming. All right. So as you've noticed, Hakes here is constantly crouching while flying because when you are crouched midair, your air resistance is reduced, so you travel further. Oh my god, this could have been a sub 6. This is a very good run. This is an amazing run. But the funniest thing is, this could have been a sub 6 so easily, if only not for that grinder in, what's it called? In Expulsion Chute. And if you didn't check for the injector, which wasn't there. But I guess you had to check for it. You couldn't just ignore it in case it was there. Oh my god, what an unfortunate time. I mean, it's amazing, right? So what is it like? Uh, well, this is by score, right? Will you sort by time in this recording? What's your place? Oh, there we go. Seventh place. I mean, seventh place in the world. Yeah, that's pretty good. I would say so. Alice, thank you for the follow. Happy to have you on the stream. Yeah, runs like these. Can't really comment much on them. This is far beyond my league. This is way better than me, so I can't comment on them too much. All right, who's next? Next is Unlucky Nuke with a 941. A very, very solid time. Anything that's slower than 10 minutes is very good in my book. So let's see. Let's see what's cooking here. Is it always better to hold Delta Labs injectors for Abyss? It is worth using at least one injector in Delta Labs, just so you don't get stuck in these vents forever. But yes, mostly it's worth keeping them for the Abyss. Alright, is this actually the... Is this the start of the run? I'm guessing it is. Alright. Okay, we begin with one of the pretty decent rooms. So this room has a... There, you jump straight for it. On this small island, this small platform, there are two separate granola spawns. You only get one, which is fine. One granola here is very good. So when you use this granola, it gives you enough stamina and a jump boost to finish this room very quickly. And if you do it quickly enough, you will still have essentially like... well, it's not limitless, right? But you will still have very, very good stamina for the next room. Now, this room obviously is not very good. You only get food here, but that's fine. This is yet another not that good of a room, but you can skip all of it with one rebar. There you go. Oh, very well done. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. On to a room that has a potential for a... Oh, the grub, it's right there. Wow, lucky you. This is like a 10% spawn, if not less. And there's also a pill spawn at the end of this room, which is very, very hard to see, and it's usually not there when you need it. Of course, it's not there. All right, on to the break room. Metabolic Overdrive, best perk. Grub and Eye, you need both. There we go. As I've said, you always want to have at least one, well, usually just one eye in your inventory, because when you come to interlude lockdown, you want to use that eye to get to the secret at the top of the elevator shaft. It's better to use the eye instead of a grub, because it's faster. Now, air exchange, not ideal. These rooms aren't great on average. This one has a granola at the end, this one has nothing at all. Will you complete it in one cycle? Okay, so you already get stuck, which is unfortunate. Will you at least get this one? Yes, you do. Okay, so not a tragedy. But this room, oh, it could be so much better. Is it possible to get sub 10 with no items? Probably not. Well, actually, depends on, well, I mean, what kind of perks do you need? Good question. All right. Okay, hang on, I missed it. Did you have the golden nugget? You did not. Okay, so question for your run. Why don't you have the golden nugget? Do you not want to enable any of the bindings? Do I have any hobbies other than Wackle? Art or something? Well, unfortunately, I'm not a very artistically gifted person, so I am quite bad at this. I am more of a yapper. I cannot create art. Hello, Griff. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so you want to play without bindings. Now this is fine. I'm not gonna push you to play with bindings or anything, but the meta, or at least the old meta, it's changing, but basically, it is usually worth it to enable the half inventory binding because it's by far the easiest one to use. So you can take both the moon rocks and the golden nugget to grind it right here, because you do need as many roaches as you can get on your runs. Just because, in case you get like infinite injectors from vendors, so you're able to actually buy them. Okay, very nice. Metabolic stasis right here. Very good. A very nice entry into the secret. Well done. We got 3 grubs, which is enough. Since you have metabolic stasis, you only need, well, ideally, right? You only need 1 grub for the expulsion chute, 1 grub for the shaft, and 1 for the pier. Okay, now let's see. Will you be able to complete expulsion chute with only 1 grub? Oh, it's not looking so good. Okay, I think it's gonna run out right here, right? Yeah, there it goes. So now you have to complete it normally. Now, is it worth using the grub right here? No, because now you will get stuck. Actually, did they fix? Oh, they fixed this bug. Okay, never mind. So the thing I was talking about here. Before, when you used a grub, you got stuck in this animation. You couldn't actually pull the handle. Okay, this was fixed. Now, the argument is, was it worth using the grub there at the very end of the expulsion chute just to finish it, or would it have been better to finish it normally by just jumping? I'm not sure. We will see if it was worth it once you get to the pier, because if you don't get a grub from the pier vendor, then this will be very, very bad. Yes, the flare gun is mostly skipped at higher levels of play. The thing with flare gun is that you just do not need it. Well, actually, since this person here is playing without the half inventory binding, the flare gun could be okay. But when you're playing with half inventory... Oh wait, was that a grub but you don't have roaches for it? Is that a grub? Did you see it? Did you see it? Alright, let me move forward frame by frame. 7. So grub is 7 roaches. Actually, is grub the only item that's 7 roaches? It is a grub. Oh my god. It's a grub. And you don't have enough roaches. See, there you go. If you had half inventory and the golden nugget, you would have enough for this grub. Oh, that is tragic. So because you don't have roaches for the grub, this means you will have to do this pier normally without skipping it. And that is a massive loss of time. So you go for the injector, which is fine, since you do have double stasis. Now checking the vendor at this point is a waste of time because you don't have any roaches. You didn't bring, what's it called? The golden nugget. Oh yeah, another argument is that if you have the flare gun, it also adds flare ammo into the vendor pool, which could replace the injectors. Alright, so this is probably going to be the biggest loss of time on this run. The fact that you don't have enough roaches for the grub, and you have to do this pier normally without grubbing it. Have I seen the Backrooms movie? No. Should I watch it? I know nothing about Backrooms, except for, you know, the memes. Okay, so when you go into Delta Labs, if you have injectors, you should use one. Just use one injector, just so you can get through this faster. Like, you see how slowly you go through these vents? You really want to injector, like, pop one injector just so it's not as slow. Okay, so this is a very good room because this one guarantees an injector on top of this vent. Okay. This is fine. Does spam jumping in vents do anything? I don't think so. Now, it does make you feel like you're going faster, but I don't think it actually does make you go faster. Oh, that was actually a very nice blink upwards. So this room again, I've covered it. This room sucks. Oh, oh no! Oh my goodness! And you don't have a hammer, and you don't have a blink eye because you used all of it. Oh, oh, oh my god! This was so tragic. I want to see it again. So you get to the top of this room. You start with such a good blink eye to the top here, and you get almost to the end, and you get stuck on the metal railing or whatever it's called. And you fall down right into the hand. Oh. Oh. Okay. Never mind. I was wrong. Pier wasn't the biggest loss of time in this run. But that's fine. That is okay. Alright, so this is another very good room. It has a guaranteed injector, and as you know, when you go into Abyss, you want to have all the injectors you can get. Okay, you actually turn around at the ladder there. Very nicely done. This is a much more consistent route throughout this room because you don't have to gamble on whether the other exit will be open or closed. Okay, you need something here. You need to inject here. Just use the injector, yeah. And then grab the handhold at the bottom and get to the top. Very, very nicely done. Sucks to suck. Well, that's how it is. That's our life. We all suck a little bit. Okay. Artifacts don't matter, which I kind of hate, but that's just how White Knuckle is these days. You just grab anything and then you sacrifice it, which is not gonna be like that in the Nest update. So get ready for shakeups, fellas. The Nest is gonna be very different. So you still have no roaches, right? And oh my god, injectors right there. Injectors right there. You know, it probably would be worth it to just like grind whatever you have in your inventory, right? Either the flare gun or the flashlight that you get in the tram. Just grind anything to buy at least this one injector. Is glove worth sacrificing? Depends on your level of play, right? If you're playing casually, using artifacts is very much fine. In fact, I would probably recommend you use artifacts if you're playing casually because it's more fun. Now, if you're speedrunning, unfortunately, the current meta is that you want to sacrifice every single artifact just to get overwhelmed. The perk that gives you an 8% boost to all your stats and a double jump. It also reduces your stamina by 33%, but that doesn't matter whatsoever. Do I ever plan on doing other content or only Wackle? I do plan on other content. And there is some planned. However, when that's going to come depends entirely on how soon the Nest update releases. Now, a safe estimate is that I will probably only cover Wackle once the Nest comes out, and then I have a few other things in mind. Why no granola bar? Alright, so this tile of the Abyss. So this was the first tile. This is where the first tile ends. This is the beginning of the second tile. You can always recognize it by this R-shaped tower with a flower in the middle of it with a ladder. So on top of this tower, there is an injector spawn right here. If this is not the final tile of the Abyss, not the Abyss, the Hanging Gardens, and Hanging Gardens have 3 tiles. So if you get this one as your first or your second tile, it's worth climbing this tower and checking for the injector spawn up there. Which you do not do, unfortunately. Creature hazard tier list? Yes, I've been planning to make a tier list covering all the creatures in White Knuckle for a very long time now. But once I found out that Nest is going to add like more than 10 new denizens, I decided to wait for the Nest. So it is coming once the Nest is out. Okay, 9:41. Again, anything that's less than 10 minutes is very good in my book. Well done. I probably don't need to explain to you what you did wrong because I think you already know, right? I mentioned the lack of the golden nugget, which makes your roach economy very poor. Should have probably saved the grub, or maybe not, in the chute, just so you have one for the pier. And then, well, the hand accident in Delta Labs, I guess that was just a mistake that can happen to anybody. Still, a very good run. A solid run. Alright, next is Slow 3 Berry. Quite an old run. Alright, let's watch an old run, which is a sub 11. Ooh, that's loud. Whew, sheesh. Alright, so I'm guessing this is a restart. Yep, okay, there we go. We begin with the container storage room with a possible granola spawn down here. There has been no spawn for the granola, which is very, very unfortunate. Not getting granola spawned in these rooms is tragic, but to compensate, you get another chance for 2 granolas. Will you get at least 1? You do get 1. Not great, not terrible. This is fine. Yep, go towards the ladder, and from the ladder is a very, very easy way all the way up. Now, there is actually a new route for this room, but I haven't experimented with it myself. So this is fine. Alright, this is yet another unfortunate room. Nothing here except for the can of food. So honestly, kind of bad luck in deep storage here. No injectors, no pills. Well, I suppose this room has a pill spawn, which you might not even get. So even if you do get the pill from the pipe up here, it's, oh my god, the pill is not even there. Oh. Even if the pill was there, this is not great deep storage luck. You know, at least you want at least like 1 injector from deep storage. Well, I guess here are your injectors. This is very suboptimal. Only getting 1 granola from deep storage, very suboptimal. Okay, Shatter Chambers. The injector didn't spawn in that little opening. Again, horrible RNG. Will the grub spawn up here? Okay, at least you got the grub. Are the speedruns quite RNG dependent? Yes, they are very RNG dependent. Very, very RNG dependent. Okay, so this room has a granola. Again, with your amazing luck, all you get is like granolas. Well, at least you get at least you got the granola. Alright, this is one of the red crusher rooms. This one has quite a lot of items. So, a grub, 2 pill spawns, and an injector spawn. Let's see what you will get. You do get the grub. This is quite... Oh, a misclick. Ahaha. Whoopsie. Will you misclick the injector too? No. The injector is safe, but the grub is dead. Crazy bug. Took 7 injectors. You flung yourself so fast the game crashed. Well, I guess that's the demo for you. Alright. So, you know, so far, honestly, just bad luck all around with item spawns. Now, you do have a decent amount of injectors here, sure, but you got 2 from vendors. And what? Like, 1 from the world. And you misclicked a grub. So the luck is not on your side today. Even though effectively you do have a decent amount of items. Now the problem is you will have to use one of the grubs to get to the top of the elevator secret here, which means you do not have enough grubs to complete both the expulsion chute, the pier, and the shaft. So here's to hoping that you will find one in the vendor. Beat the game using 1 hand? Yeah. It's quite a common challenge. It's very old as well. Alright, double inject right here, and a grub. Let's see. Oh, hello, Pro Fuzzy. Oh, yo, it's the short king himself. Alright, so this is not looking like... Oh, no, what is happening? Okay, at least you survive. Okay, yeah, so this is a double dip. 2 grubs down, which means you now have 0 grubs to complete the shaft. Oh my god, you... And yet you survive. And yet you persevered. Well done, well done. Double stasis, very nice, very good perk. Very good perks, yes. Oh, there's the grub. Okay, so at least you're safe for the shaft. But will you get more grubs to do the pier? Let's see. Didn't get pinged for stream. I did ping the watchers, no? Okay. Oh, I like your rhythm. Now this is technically slow, right? This is you're not spamming the jumps as fast as you can, but I like this like slow and stable rhythm. It is very soothing. Ah, yes, you can press the buttons using focus mode, which does help. Alright, so this is Haunted Pier 1. Is going for this injector behind the container is worth it? Since you already have two, probably not. I think you should have just kept going straight away. And no grub in the vendors, so... Oh, this is rough. No grub in your inventory, no grub in the vendor. Have to do this normally. Messing up a little bit. Yep. Yep. Oh. Well, that's okay. You will get used to it eventually. It is nice to practice doing piers without grubs, just for those runs where you don't get grubs to complete them like for free. Because piers can be not so straightforward when you play them without grubs, so it is nice to know where to go exactly and what to do. I should do the Chaos mod? Well, you know, from the feedback that I've heard from Profuzz and Scourge, Chaos mod is not very good, so I don't think I will. You just got the new PB 708. Should you quickly add it? I mean, you can. If we don't have time today, then we will certainly watch it next time. Alright, so this is a very, very, very good room. As I've already said, a guaranteed injector right here. Turn around, no problem, no problem. Love the hand skin, by the way. The reps are very nice. Okay, slow and steady, inject here. One injector would have been fine, but I guess you didn't want to do the thing where you grab the handhold at the bottom, which you should have done. You should have only used one injector here. Two is kind of overkill for Delta Labs, but we'll see how it goes. Another decent room. This one doesn't guarantee an injector, but it has an injector spawn. Is this? Someone's calling you on Discord, huh? Alright, will you get the injector? You do not. Tragic. Tragic it is indeed. We ain't got time for the Discord callers. We're speedrunning. Well, that's not mine, that's in the video. It's in the recording. Alright, so this room, right? It doesn't have an injector spawn. In fact, the only item it does have is like P-beans, which you don't want to go for on speedruns. But this room can also be completed very, very quickly. So overall, I think it's good. Even though it doesn't have an injector spawn, it's a good room to get. Okay, any artifact, doesn't matter. We're just grabbing anything. Explosive rebar there could have been worth picking up since you have so many roaches still left. Pickpock calling. Okay, so one injector. The eye, buy the eye as well. Buy the eye. No, 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 no. Come on, buy the eye, buy the explosive rebar. The eye. The eye. Oh, no. Alright, so basically, yes, obviously you want to prioritize injectors. Injectors are everything, but in the Abyss, buy the eyes as well. The eyes are very good in the Abyss. Okay, good start. Staggering the injectors. I agree with that decision. Not sure if I agree with stopping midair. No, I get why you do it, but it's usually worth it to just keep going, even if you mess up a little bit, just to get the full value from the injectors. Oh, here come the ads. Let's stop for a second. Let's read some chat. My stream is very good background noise for doing school. Well, I'm glad I'm useful for that. You know, I think most content on the internet, right, like on YouTube and on Twitch, is mainly just background noise. So if I'm good at that, then I suppose I'm doing something right. 144p stream? What is? Am I like dropping frames or something? No, looks like it's all good. Maybe, maybe it's something's lagging on your side. A little bit of, oh god, a little bit of a lag there. Ads for an entire minute? What? No, wait. Aren't ads on Twitch usually like 10 seconds long or something? Surely it's like 10 seconds, right? I think, well, whenever I watch somebody, whenever I get ads, it's like 10 seconds. It's probably a you issue. All right, let's keep going. All right, so let's see how many injectors you get up here. You get two. Very nice. The maximum you can get there is 2, but sometimes you can get less, because none of these injectors are guaranteed. They're each an 80% spawn. Oh, that was metabolic stasis running out. That is unfortunate. Okay, but that's fine, that's fine. You just need to finish. You just need to finish the run. And so you do. Well done. A good run. You know, you're so close to a sub 10. Honestly, if you spammed jumps faster whenever you are like climbing with grubs, you would have probably gotten a sub 10. Now, this might not be comfortable for you, and that's understandable, but you could try spamming jumps faster. I think, like, legitimately, it could have single-handedly carried you to a sub 10. Other than that, well done, and thank you for the submission. Ooh. Okay, how do I read this? Vi Dry Seko Official. Thank you for the follow. Happy to have you on the stream. Ooh, here comes the Jivix submission. What's Jivix cooking? A 722, which is a very impressive. All right, let's check out Jivix. Jivix the goat. All right, that's a restart. They recommend changing the jump key. I use the spacebar. I think it's fine. I think spacebar is fine. All right, first room is the granola room. Will you get double granola? You do. Okay, okay. Double granola popped all the way to the top. Onto a quite underwhelming room, which doesn't have any items to speak of. However, it is also quite short. Onto a horrible room, which is quite tall, wastes all of your stamina if you don't have any items to fuel your stamina, and has no items to offer. Now, this is a very good room potentially. Do you get the secret? I assume you do. You do not get the secret. So this is quite... You know, this is an okay start, I suppose, but I think by speedrunning standards, this is quite a poor deep storage. You do get conditioned polyphagia, which is good, of course. You get the eye, and I guess you're putting roaches into gambling in the future. Okay, the eye gets used right here just to skip some of these parts of these rooms, which means you will not have the eye for interlude lockdown. Is this actually the run? You getting stuck here as well on the barnacles. Is this not a restart? These air exchange rooms are also quite bad. Like, you're missing all the good rooms with actual items in them. Oh god. Is this good? This would have probably been a restart. But let's see what happens. Maybe Jivix gets like the most insane abyss ever on this run or something like that. Okay, one of the roaches flies out. Oh my god. What is happening? This is a disaster. Alright, let's see the gamble. The double explode, extra grub, very nice, and extra injector. Okay, so this was a pretty good gamble. Stasis, also very good. Okay, so because of no eye, Jivix has to use a grub here, which is slower and more wasteful than using a... Well, actually, is it? Grubs are cheaper in the vendors, right? Grubs are 7, while eyes are 8. So I guess, like, it is cheaper in that regard to use a grub, but using an eye is faster to get into that elevator secret. Now, let's see this expulsion chute. Expulsion chute, again, is probably the most important area during your run, just because the timer goes at triple the speed in the expulsion chute. So the faster you can complete this, the more time you save. And if you make mistakes on the expulsion chute, these mistakes, they count for triple the amount of time. So you really don't want to make mistakes in the chute. All right, another gamble. Does it pay off? Well, I guess it does. At least that's one extra injector, and maybe more if this rocketry bar allows you to gamble again. It is triple, yes. I was I was under the impression that it was double the timer speed as well, but no, it's actually triple. It is triple the timer speed. Okay, since you have the grubs and injectors, this is a good shaft. You do need some extra food at this point. Now, for those unaware, I think I've explained this before, but with conditioned polyphagia, you get this bar at the bottom of your screen. Whenever the very first section of this bar expires, the very first bar, when this expires, the buff from this perk essentially stops working. So you want to have this bar filled at all times, and that means you have to eat very, very often. Here comes the granola purchase, of course, which I guess is worth it if you have no food to work with. Otherwise, granola is 6 roaches for just a good food item, which is not worth it. But with conditioned polyphagia, sometimes yes. You actually go for this vendor. I wonder why. And you use an injector right here? Was this a misclick? Oh, oh god. Well, I guess it's good. You know, 3 blink eyes is good if you don't get stuck. Oh, yeah. Okay, come on. So you have conditioned polyphagia, and yet free food. You're ignoring the free food, and your bar isn't even full. So you could have used this kind of food to speed yourself up. This is actually a misplay, if I may say so myself. Yeah, well, it seemed like a misclick. Okay, you actually get the injector here, which is very nice. Skipping the upper section of this room with a blink eye is okay. Since you have so many, I think this was worth it. Another very good room, guaranteed injector in this one. Okay, so using all blink eyes right here. Not saving them for the abyss. I guess that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, this run is certainly amazing in many ways. Okay, as always, the artifacts don't matter. Just grab what's closest and keep moving. Nothing in there. Okay, your food is getting super low at this point. At least you get free food here. On the left, on the dumpster, 2 food cans. But I think you ideally want 1 more food item. Okay, so, okay, it's time. Okay, hang on. Oh, you gamble. And you lose. So, how many roaches do you have here? What's your roach amount? I can't even see it. 6. So 1 food can would not be enough. What do you have in your inventory? Would it be worth it to grind the flashlight from the tram to buy an injector here? I don't know. Possibly. Alright, so you even use the food right here. And that means you will not have a extra food item to refill your bar once you get to Once you get past Deadman's Handle. So that's bad. Ooh, a little bit of a missed jump here. That's okay. Quick recovery. Oh yes, Mikkel. Whenever you take breaks from Buckle, it is so hard to get back into it. It is so hard. Oh, another misclick. Okay, that's fine. This was actually maybe even worth it, picking up this explosive rebar and boosting yourself. Okay, it would have been nice if you had a food item going into Hanging Gardens, because again, your bar is exhausted. You're getting no value out of conditioned polyphagia right here, but that's okay. That's okay. Oh, slowing down here as well. Oh, God. Well, that's fine. That is fine. 722. That's still a very, very good time. So, well done, Jivix. Even though there has been many interesting things during this run, you did well. You did very well. All right, that was Jivix. SNKCB with is this what is this video? Is this even a Wuckle run? It is a Wuckle run. Okay. Let me see. This is a restart, I assume. Something happens here. Yeah, this is a restart. All right, let's see it. Begin with a very unfortunate room. This room sucks because it is very finicky to get up here initially, and you only get food in this room. But I suppose that's not too bad. You know, getting food is better than getting nothing. Here comes the food. A cheeky little stamina refresh, one extra can in the pocket. This room gives you a possible two granola spawns in this pipe. You only get one, which is fine. From the pipe, you can climb all the way up to the end of this room with a very fun route. This is a very fun route. It is very fun to practice and execute. Just climbing all the way to the end of this room. Next one is a suboptimal room that has no items, but again, at least it is fairly short. You get a vendor with injector. Yes, this is worth buying. Absolutely. Now, this is the barnacle room. Again, if the secret does spawn in this room, it is amazing. It is definitely worth, or it's like a high point of your run. If the secret does not spawn, and it does not in fact spawn right here. Now, in fact, if you're wondering where the secret is, it's right here. There it is. In this corner, on the second circle, this is the passage to the secret. Unfortunately, this closed now. This secret has a guaranteed pill, and unfortunately only a chance for an injector and a grub. But if you get those, it is extremely nice. Okay, yeah, I would pick Overdrive as well. Why not purchase the grub right here? So you don't have enough for injector, that's a tragedy, sure. Why not buy a grub? What's the decision making here? I don't think there's any downside to buying the grub right here. You do want grubs. But that's fine. In my opinion, Judgment perk, I think it's very cool. And I think it's going to be mostly the same in the nest. From what I can gather, it's going to be like it's not going to be a replacement for Overwhelmed, definitely not. It's going to be its own separate thing, like a side quest you can complete to get this perk late in the run. That is my guess from what I've heard. Alright, not the best luck here. Air exchange with, not the greatest rooms in the world. While these do have some items, they don't have many items. Like this room, for example, like there is so let me show you. In this room, for example, right? It has this broken fan at the top of it. And this broken fan, you don't even look at it. But basically, this broken fan, he just went past, it has a granola spawn. Although it's a very low chance. This vent right here, this one, there's a grub spawn on top of it. But again, like, while Air Exchange has item spawns, most of them are chance based. Almost none of them are guaranteed. So this region can be quite rough. All right, here comes the lockdown. Now let's see, what were you saving the roaches for? Why didn't you buy this grub? Perhaps the answer comes soon. Okay. Grind the ruby roaches, grind the nugget, grind the hammer. You don't grind the hammer. Interesting. So, at this point, it is usually worth it to grind the hammer. The reason is you just don't need the hammer anymore. Like, what are you going to hit with it? Not teeth, certainly not. The only reason is in case you get grabbed by the... Oh, what are they called? The vent things. However, you usually don't want to get grabbed by them at all, and if you do, it's like, it's probably the end of your run. So you don't need the hammer anymore. It is worth grinding the hammer to get a few extra roaches and free some inventory space. All right, let's see this expulsion chute. Can you reload the flare gun with just flares in your inventory? Yes. The flare gun reloads like passively. You don't need to hold ammo in your hands. You can just click it and it will automatically reload as long as you have flares in your inventory. All right, can you finish this with that one grub? Okay, it ran out, so unfortunately you have to jump, but that's fine. Not that big of a time loss. Ooh, getting stuck slightly, but that's fine. All right, what about the second perk? Stasis again, very good. Very good. Injector right here, an obvious pick. And see, if you did buy the grub early on in the run, you would have a grub for the shaft, which you do have, but that's your last. This means you will not have grubs for pier unless you get lucky. So it was worth buying that grub early on. Okay, slightly awkward, but that's okay. Oh my god, this is a little bit nauseating, but that's fine. That's fine. We get to the pier, and will you get the grub? Will you get the grub? Let's see. Let's see if you win the RNG lottery. When does this pause end? Right here. Do you get it? Okay, lucky you. This pier has a guaranteed injector right here. You grab it, you pop the injector and the grub, and you go up. I guess you want to save the injector. I don't think it's worth saving it. I think you should have popped an injector right here. But that's fine. That's fine. You get to the end, no problem. Just go, just go. Don't check for the vent spawns, for the vendors. Just go. Yes, absolutely. Okay, let's see what rooms you get in Delta. Any extra injectors? They would sure be very helpful here. Okay, not in this room, unfortunately. Oh my god. Someone just followed. Who just followed? It was White Crowy. Thank you for the follow. Happy to have you on the stream. This is the radio room, and you do in fact go the right route and do all the correct things, so at least you don't get grabbed. Unfortunately, you also don't get items from that room. But such is life. Okay, this is the button room. Again, it has a chance for an injector spawn. Will you get this injector? Let's see. You do get it. Amazing. Very nice. Is Delta Dan worth grabbing? No. It might seem like only a tiny loss of time. Okay, let's put it like this. If you're playing casually, yes, it is absolutely always worth grabbing if the grub is there in the vent. When you're speedrunning, no. You don't need grubs in Delta Labs or the Abyss, so it is not worth going for it. This is another unfortunate room. This one doesn't have any items for you to pick up. So you got a total of 1 injector from Delta. That's not great, but it is certainly better than getting no injectors from Delta. So I guess we can work with this. What's a good time for a casual player? Whatever you're happy with. It's simple as that. People will tell you like times they think are good. Ultimately, this game is about racing against yourself and not others. So as long as you beat your own times, it's good. It's all good. Oh my god, not a single injector in these vendors. Okay. That means you're going into Abyss with only 2 injectors, which is suboptimal. I think this is not enough. When you get into the Abyss, it is my opinion that you want to have at least 3 injectors. But such are the circumstances of this run, so let's see what happens. Now, if you want like the average times, if you did, so you started playing yesterday and you did your first full run, I think the average for the first completion time is like 1.5 hours, like 1 hour 20 minutes. That's the average for the first completion. And then obviously you will improve very, very rapidly once you start beating the game again. Okay, at least you make this jump. I was worried there for a second. Okay, let's see. Will you get the injectors on top of that man's? The moment of truth. You only get one. Oh, of course. You only get one. Well, considering how this run was going, yeah. Obviously, you only get one. So you went into the Abyss with only 2 injectors and you only got one from Deadman's. So yeah, this is essentially, it's Jover. While this is not a bad run by any stretch of the imagination, the ending, this unfortunate RNG at the end just tanked your time so hard. You probably lost like, oh god, I want to say like 30 seconds here just because of your injector luck. Like you made mistakes here and there in the Abyss. You fell down a couple of times, but if you had it, like if you were injected, if you had better injector luck, you wouldn't have done these mistakes. Ah, that's so sad. Like this could have been a sub 9, I think. If only you had more injectors, you could have gotten a sub 9 run for sure. For sure. But still, very well done. A good run, and thank you for the submission. In Deadman's, why does no one ever use the bomb spear to flang? It's awkward. It's basically just not worth it to like fiddle with it. It's better to just double inject and start flying. You don't really need to launch yourself. If you get the injectors. Alright, next is Sugoshi. Sugoshi out here with a 754. It's been so long since somebody submitted like an actual, like a low-ish skill clip. I am yearning for somebody new to actually explain stuff to. All these players are like super good. I'm just like explaining the same things over and over. Yeah, so the rules are basically like you can submit any run you want as long as it's like below 30 minutes. Such is the current state of affairs, which can be quite limiting for new players, I understand, but you know, I have time limits of my own. Alright, so not the best. Deep storage start for sure. Oh, though you get the grub in this room, so this is... Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Well, that was kind of awkward, but it is very lucky to get this grub right here. You don't even check for the pill. Well, I guess that's understandable. Will you get the granola? You get one granola. That's fine. That is fine, that is fine. The unfortunate room. Oh, ooh, ooh, kind of a rough start here. It's like we're panicking or something. Playing in full panic mode. Okay, well, here comes the break room. What do we get? We get overdrive. Very nice. Do we get anything from the vendors? A grub. That's okay. Ooh, the pills were not worth buying. Do not buy pills. Absolutely do not. Okay, so you just go straight here. Now, technically, when you get this room, right? At the start of this Shatter Chambers room, right up there, is a possible grub spawn and a possible pill spawn. Is it worth going to? The grubs are very good. Pills aren't as good, but the grubs are very, very nice to have. I think it is better to check for that spawn, but I'm not entirely sure. Okay, the injector spawn right here, you actually do get this injector and you use it. That's fine. I generally agree with injector usage early in the run because hoarding injectors just for expulsion shoot kind of sucks. You do want to, like, if you get an opportunity, you do want to use an injector early just to complete the early levels much faster. No, no, like, as long as it's below 30 minutes. I am not like a speedrun reviewer. The idea of these streams is just to, like, give tips to people to tell them how to improve at their white knuckle runs, if they so desire. All right, let's see this gamble. One extra injector, that's fine, that's fine. As long as you get one extra injector from the rocket spear, it's fine. It's all worth it. Now, metabolic stasis, best perk in the game, obviously. No eye, unfortunately, so you have to pop a grub right here to get to the secret. Now, the secret does refund the grub, but it still sucks to use a grub like this. It's better to use the eye to get up here faster. Alright, let's see this shoot. Having an extra pill is actually nice, because oftentimes the pills run out by the time you're climbing in either the shaft or the pier, so it is nice. It is nice to have an extra pill bottle. Oh, getting stuck here. That is unfortunate. That means you will probably not be able to finish this in one grub. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. So, you have to finish this normally or pop another grub. I'm guessing you're finishing this normally. Yep. Which is the correct thing to do, I think. It's better to save the grub. Double stasis, amazing. The best perks in the game. Injector here, very good. Pop the pills here. Well, let's see. Will you have enough stamina to actually finish this climb? Now you should. Okay, you kind of deviated from climbing on the rail, which is usually not advised, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, you actually do have enough stamina. That's fine. So you can save the pills for the pier. Now here comes the pier vendor. Grub there. No, you don't need grubs anymore. You only need one grub that you already have to skip this one. Okay, so you are grabbing across this. Interesting. I guess you could do that. I'm not gonna talk smack about you doing this. It's fine. As long as you can finish this with a grub relatively quickly, that's fine. Okay, another injection right here. Was this worth it? I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna be against it. It is good to use injectors to speed up Delta Labs, but you already had one active. Well, we'll see. Will you get another injector here? Let's see, let's see. Do you? You do not, unfortunate. You still have pills. You probably should use the pills because, like, you will not have any use for them later on. You should have probably gotten rid of those pills a while ago. I think they're still sitting in your inventory. Alright, the evil room with no items aside from food and flares at the start. I guess the injector does help you here a lot, so that injector was actually kind of worth it. Okay, at least in this room there is a guaranteed injector spawn, so at least you will get one injector back from Delta. That's fine. And this should be the final room of Delta. Okay, this is kind of awkward, but it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Alright, so this is the last room, I think. Yes, it is. Onto the Abyss. Still with those pills in your inventory. For how long am I going to be streaming? 1 more hour. I don't know about buying the eye in this vendor. You might get injectors in the next vendor. So buying this eye will mean that you lost out on one of the injectors. Let's see. There's the injector. And I think there's, okay, so there's one, right? That's the injector. And there's two. I think this one is also the injector. So yeah, buying the eye was a troll here. And you did not gamble, did not win the gamble. Okay, this is kind of a tragic vendor situation right here. Yeah, this is why I prefer not to spend roaches in the first vendor of the Interlude 3. So right here. This vendor, this is right after the artifact machine. Do not buy items from it unless it's injectors. Do not get these items because once you get to the next vendor, You just might have trolled yourself by spending roaches, and in fact, our dear player did miss 2 injectors. But okay, that's fine. Let's see what happens. Oh, the ads. Oh, oh, these gosh darn ads. Uploading your Maso PB. Oh, Maso. Me no likey masochist, okay? I think masochist is a very cool challenge. I respect people who complete it. I do not care for it much myself. All right, so I'm gonna wait for a couple more seconds, and then we're gonna keep going. I think Twitch ads should be short. I don't think it's like the entire 90-second ad segment, right? All right, let's keep going. All right, so we are out of injectors. I think you only had 2, right? But at least we have blank eyes, which you also have already used at this point. So that's kind of sad. That is a sad injector situation. The injector situation is crazy. Oh, 3? Okay. Oh my god. And you don't even get the injector. You don't even get the full amount here. Trolled once again. Oh my god. You hate to see this. Only 1 injector in this spot. Again, both of these injectors here are 80% chances, so usually they're both here. But sometimes you only get 1 or none, which is even more tragic. Yeah, this was a good run. This really was a good run, but again, the ending, the unfortunate injector situation, kind of tanking this run a lot. This could have been so much faster if only you saved roaches, really. Like, if you didn't buy that eye and the rebar, you could have bought both of those injectors. And that's the end of the run. Still a sub 8, which is very, very nice, right? Still a very good time. But, oh my god, but it could have been better. It could have been better. And that's always, that's the thought that always, like, eats away at you at the back of your mind when you're playing White Knuckle. If only you got a little bit luckier, you could have gotten such a good time if only you got a little bit luckier. But that's just how it is. Well done, Sagushi. Well done. Yo, here comes Johnny. Whoa. Johnny with a 608. Excuse me? Wait, who's Johnny? The secret goat of White Knuckle? Huh? I don't think I am acquainted with Johnny, but 608, that's crazy. Wait, what was in this vendor at the start? I missed it. I missed it. All right, rewind. The injector. Wait, you don't buy the injector? Excuse me? Huh? Wait. You go for the rebar, but you don't buy the injector. But you do get the secret, and you do get all the items from the secret. Okay. Now that is a very, very good start of the run. And it could have been even better if you bought the injector, I think. But since you have such a cracked time, I guess there was a reason you didn't buy the injector? I guess. Okay, no granola here, kind of sad. Why not? Okay, and you ignore the vendor once again. What was in the vendor? Another injector. Wait, what? Wait, you're just not buying injectors, huh? But why? Like, I get the desire to. So, if you buy 2 injectors early, right? In deep storage, if you get vendors and you buy 2 injectors from vendors in deep storage, you will not be able to reroll your experimental perk. So, you might like troll yourself. But buying 1 is worth it. Why not? That is puzzling. Metabolic. So you could have bought what? You could have bought 2 injectors here, and you didn't even have to reroll. So you would have just had 2 more injectors on this run. And it could have been a sub 6, I think, if you had 2 more injectors. Oh god. You're throwing. Excuse me? You're just throwing. Using grub? Yeah, I think it's worth using grub right here. This room is very slow. Oh my god, can you get to grub hub? No way. What is this? What is this foresight? I guess it's just luck. But that's crazy. Using a grub to skip that room and also get grub hub with the remainder of the grub duration? That's crazy. Wowie. Okay, that's pretty amazing. Wow, this is one of the best starts I've seen in a long time. Alright, a grub. Not buying a blink eye. Okay, you do. You don't need more grubs. The grubs are no longer required. You get the stasis, very good. You don't need more than 4 grubs. So just keep it in mind when you play White Knuckle, right? If you get if you're speedrunning, if you get 4 grubs, you don't need any more. You will, like, at most, right, need 2 grubs in Expulsion Shoot if you can't complete it with 1, and then you will need 1 grub for the shaft, and you will need 1 grub for the pier. You don't need more grubs. Save your roaches for injectors. Now, that being said, it's only if you have metabolic stasis. If you don't have stasis, then yes, you will probably need more grubs. Double stasis? Yes, it is. Yes, sir. What's in the vendor? Nothing useful. Or I should say, no injectors. Okay. This should be very, very easy. An easy shaft. And onto the pier. Will you get more injectors in the vendors? Oh, it still hurts. It's still in the back of my mind, the fact that you didn't buy the injectors at the start of this run. Okay, check for the injector spawn. Okay, you check for this one. Ooh, ooh. And it's there. Amazing. And get into the secret right here for yet another injector. Okay, this is fat. That's some fat loot. 3 injectors from the spear. This is very... It's not even very good. It's amazing to get 3 injectors from the spear. Now, of course, you did slow down there a little bit, which is kind of bad, but it is worth the 3 injectors. Okay, you don't get the injector spawn here, which is very unfortunate. But considering your injector luck so far, I guess that's fine. At some point, your injector luck has to run out, right? And yes, if you have grubs going into Delta Labs, if you still have grubs remaining, you just pop them. Like, at the first sight, like, if you see even the slightest opportunity of a grub helping you, just use them in Delta Labs. Because Delta Labs is the last place where grubs are useful. In the Abyss, the grubs do absolutely nothing. Okay, here comes the Abyss. Masso PB. I don't think I'm gonna be reviewing masochist runs. I am myself not good at masochists. I have not completed this challenge. I am only looking at campaign runs. Okay, so 1 injector, 2 injector, and a gamble. Ah, it did not pay off. Okay, that's fine. 5 injectors going into the Abyss. This is more than the average, which is like 3. 5 is a very, very good amount of injectors to go into the Abyss with. So this is great. I am expecting a very good Abyss. At least if you don't get trolled with injector spawns in Deadman's Handle. Okay, cheeky little boost. Okay, let's see those injectors. Okay, thank God you get 2. Okay. Slow and steady. Don't mess up here. It is looking very good. Excellent. Excellent. Amazing. Oh my god, this could have been a sub 6. This absolutely could have been a sub 6. If only you got those 2 injectors. Oh my goodness. If you bought those injectors at the start of the run. right? This right here, this vendor right there had an injector. One here, and the other, I think, in the next room, right? Of if only you bought those injectors. Oh my god, this would have been a sub 6. This absolutely would have been a sub 6. Still, 608 is a crazy time that most of us will never accomplish. So, a very, very well done, Johnny. Johnny the GOAT. Here comes Grand. Ping me when reviewing. Okay, I guess we gotta ping Grand. Let's see, Grand out here with a 708, which is also a very good time. Okay, let's ping Grand. All right, let's see what's up. This is the room with a possible grub spawn and a guaranteed pill. The grub was not there, unfortunately. The pill is always here and picking up the floppy disk because floppy disks can be ground. Now, technically, yes, you can use them in the... Oh, no granolas in this room? Oh my god. The platform is empty. No granolas. That is horrible. Oh god. Yes, as I've said, so you can use floppy disks normally via the ITMs to get roaches from them, obviously, but that is just not worth it. That is a waste of time. It takes too long. You can instead grind the floppy disks. I think grinding the tier 1 floppy disk, the regular one, is like 7 or 8 roaches, right? I think it's 7, which is a decent little boost to your roach economy. That's almost an injector. Okay, not the greatest deep storage, but it's fine. Okay, another... Was that an injector? I think it was, but you don't have roaches for it. Yeah, that was an injector. Maybe you'll get a free injector right here. You do. Very, very good luck. Finishing this room, no problem. Now this is a horrible, terrible, sucky room, which you have to do these awkward jumps at the start to get to the top of it. This is one of the worst, perhaps the worst Shadow Chambers room, but what can you do? Okay, a possible injector spawn here, it's not there. Oh god. The luck is running out. The spawns aren't spawning. Maybe you will get the grub. You don't even check for the grub spawn. I think this is a mistake. You only have like, what, one grub, right? Oh, you have 0. Yeah, you should have definitely checked for the grub spawn in that room. The grub spawn is right above the injector spawn in that room. Okay, so one injector here and one grub. Oh god, that's a rough start. Oh, and you decide to go back for the extra grub. Nice. Well, I guess it's worth it. Yeah, it's definitely worth it. But it's a loss of time. Yeah, this is kind of bad, honestly. These speedruns make you feel so slow. Well, see, the thing is, if you put the time into speedrunning yourself, if that's something you're interested in, you will get as fast as these people. Well, maybe not as fast, but you will definitely learn to go very quickly if you put the time and practice. If not, who cares, right? As long as you're having fun in White Knuckle, it's all good. You don't have to compete against like the best, the absolute best White Knuckle players in the world. Who cares about that? It's only about having fun. Very good expulsion shoot. Will you finish it with this one grub? Oh, it was so close. It was so close. It's still fine. Still fine. A slight slowdown here, but that's okay. Top 10 should be top 100 or top 200. You know, that's kind of crazy. Before the anniversary update, sub 10 was like top 100. So it is pretty wild how the anniversary update, by introducing the trinkets and competitive mode, has made the times so much more accessible, lower times. Okay, good shaft. Injector in the vendor, very nice. Injectors are coming back. No grubs though. Now that's just tragic. Not getting a grub in this vendor here is very, very unfortunate. Now to be fair, this is the worst peer to skip with grubs. But still, a grub here would have... Oh yes, oh yes. A grub here would have sped you up by quite a lot. It is what it is though. We go into Delta. Let's see. How many injectors can you get here? Well, there's the guaranteed injector. Guaranteed injector in this room. Oh. An overshoot right here, which is fine. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. Not caring about fun and trying to be number one is just ego? Well, yes, I mean, obviously, a big part of the competition, of any competition, is ego. Okay, possible injector in this room, and you get it. Very nice. Uh, like, competition is ego, right? A lot of competition is ego. It is just, there's limits to it. There's limits, and certainly whenever you're competing in video games, fun is a lot more important. It's not like a real world championship or something. It's just a game. You don't have to be mad. All right, one injector there, a spear for the gamble. Oh, two injectors here. Oh, you should have gambled on this vendor. Oh, no, 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 no. Ooh, that's unfortunate. If you didn't panic there, you could have gambled both the left and the right vendor, and you probably would have gotten at least one injector out of the big vendor. Now, unfortunately, you did panic. So, yeah. Oh, and the fall here. That's okay. Good recovery. Okay, you are on the wrong side. Yep, gotta go right. Will you get all the injectors here? Oh, only one. Oh, what's with these submissions, fellas? I was expecting like the best luck in the world in these runs, but like every other submission, just people getting unlucky. At least you got the injector here, which is cool. You think that was rage? I don't think it was rage, but maybe, possibly. All right, 708. Oh god, again, like I hate to say this over and over again, but this could have been a sub 7 so easily. Oh, it could have been a sub 7 so easily. But alas, still, 7 minutes is very, very good. Well done. A very good run. Okay. Someone just says that they're dying. Oh well. Oh, here we go. Here we go. White Crow. You still in the chat, White Crow? We have finally gotten to your submission. And 1852. This one is actually interesting because I will actually be able to say something about it. All right, let's check it out. Let's see. What the? Huh? What am I watching? What? Did I paste the wrong link or something? I did. I was like, excuse me? This is a 19-minute run? Alright, I'm sorry. That was a mistake on my part. Alright, let's see it. You start with the possible grub and a guaranteed pill room. The grub, if you're on this side, now this is usually not the side you want to be in this room, right? So you get into the red room and you want to go to the pillar, one of these two pillars, the one that has handholds in it. Now, unfortunately, you went to the wrong one. So on this side with handholds in the cylindrical structure, this side doesn't have the box with food. And you want to be on that side, so opposite from where you are right now. Now, in between these two sides, on the side with the handholds here, this platform, it has a possible grub spawn. Will you check for it? You do, and oh, okay. You do get it, very nice. And then on this side, yep, there is a guaranteed pill. Will you go for it? Are you aware of it? You are. Very well done. Might as well pick up the floppy to shred it later. Okay, so the pill basically guarantees that you can go as fast as you can in all of these deep storage rooms. Now this one is kind of unfortunate. Only a pill spawn in this room, and you don't really need any more pills because you already used one. Why I don't save VODs? I do. All the streams are saved on my YouTube. There is a playlist. They are unlisted, but there is a playlist with all of them. So if you want to check out any of the previous streams, they are on YouTube. You gotta go. See you later. Thank you for dropping by. All right, so this room, possible granola here. Okay, you know all the spawns, and you even get a double granola. Very nice. You know all the spawns, you know? Well done. Do you even need help? You know all the spawns. You know, at this point, it's just like more practice to go faster. At this point, you just need to put more hours into the game if that's something you want to do, and you will be flying. You will be absolutely flying. Okay, the barnacle room. Let's see if the secret is there. Oh, my streams help you? Well, I'm glad they did. This is why we do this. Will you get the secret? You do get the secret. Oh my god, that is some pretty good luck. Will you get all the items from it? You do. Wow, this is amazing. Okay, slight bit of what should we call it, indecisiveness here on what to do next, but that's okay. And that should be the break room. Yes, it is. Okay, let's see what you get. Oh, I like that. Oh no. Oh wait, this is not competitive mode, right? Because you can't. Okay, so this is just casual mode. Is there any particular reason you're not doing competitive mode? Like, you are speedrunning, I assume, right? Oh, thank for the review. Well, my pleasure. Thank you for the suggestion. You're welcome. Casual player? Okay, so are you trying to speedrun though? If you are, I would highly recommend upgrading all the facilities and unlocking the, what's it called? The competitive mode. Because it is so much easier to get good times in the competitive mode. Alright, so basically you have no experimental perk. Quite tragic, but what can you do? Alright, the grub hub is here. Very good luck. And you go for it. The best room you can get in Air Exchange, because it guarantees 4 grubs and it guarantees 2 injectors. Now you have half inventory going on, so you will be quite overloaded here. Oh wait, you're not picking up the rest of the grubs? Wait, how many do you have? You have like 3, right? Yeah, they know all the spawns. Oh, you have only 2. Wait, you should have definitely picked up at least like 1 extra grub, since you're gonna use 1 here anyway. Right? And if anything, you could have used them in the next rooms, so they wouldn't weigh you down in the long term. Gotta go sleep now? Well, have a good rest. Thank you for dropping by. Ooh, no. Ooh, okay, that was close. That was close. Doing well so far. The most impressive thing is, of course, your spawn knowledge. You know all the spawns. There's nothing there's nothing I can help you with. You know everything. Alright, let's see. Do you have anything in the lockers? This is why competitive mode is so much easier. Because in competitive mode, the lockers are filled for you. So you always have those 2 ruby roaches in the lockers, which boosts your economy by an insane amount. But because you're playing casual, not only do you have like this big perk pool, which is kind of bad, since most perks are not that useful, but you also are missing out on those guaranteed ruby roaches. Hello, McMovin. Yes, I am. And unfortunately, I have only have like 30 minutes left on my stream. But hey, welcome to the stream. All right, so, and you decide to go back for the extra grub. Now, obviously, you did spend quite a lot of time here. That is a lot of time spent in the interlude lockdown. Because you were also withdrawing roaches from the ATM. In the interest of saving time, it was worth to just grind the floppy disk, right? You would only get half the amount of roaches from it, or even less, right? Oh, you're not going into the chute? Really? Oh, really? You don't go into the chute? Why? Probably. Why not? Why not shoot? Well, I mean, I love to see Pipeworks, okay? While this is like questionable if you're going for good times, I love Pipeworks. So you going here is actually a highlight. So let's go. Let's run this baby. Let's work some pipe. Oh, actually no. Let's not say that. Let's let's explore Pipeworks. The pill in this room, in case you guys aren't aware, like it's not like anyone even plays Pipeworks anyway, but in this room, right? This is the other variant of it with the grinder. There's always this guaranteed pill down here. It is not worth going through those grinders. You just go to this side and then ride the elevator once, and then you ride the elevator the second time, and you're done with the room. Easy as pie. Okay, there is actually an injector spawn right here at the start of this room. Now, I tend to miss it, and people tend to miss it even more. The injector spawn is behind this pipe. So behind this pipe, there's this little like metal grate or something laying on the pipe right here. It has like a rebar spawn on it, and there's also a very low chance for an injector spawn here. Usually it won't be there, but it does exist. It is there. Right, we go up. Ooh, a nice little helping push from the bloodbug. Thank you very much. Pipe organ. Now this room unfortunately doesn't have any items, but what can you do? Pipe organ in general is kind of very bad with items. There are some rooms in pipe organ that do have items. Well, actually, more than one for sure. There's like 3 room with items in Pipeworks, right? Or pipe organ, like 3 rooms with good items. But the rest ain't so good. The record for shortcutless. I have no idea. That's just, it's like Iron Knuckle or something. Alright. Well done. You didn't get knocked down by the steam, which is the most important part of playing pipe organ, is not messing up, not falling down because of steam. So you're doing well in that regard. Alright, so in this room, there are multiple spawns for rocket rebars, I think like 4, and 2 spawns for not roaches, grubs. Oh, this is quite a bad way to go in this room. Basically, what you want to do in this room is go up right here. Just go up this thing immediately. Do not go around. Do not do that. If you go up this red thing, okay, let's you can climb up here, then go to this side of it, go up here, right here, go to the right side of this, and then you will be able to climb the pipe and go to the end of the room much easier than if you run around and then go this way. This is a very bad way to go. All right, and on this side, which you ended up going out of here on this side. I think you were looking, yeah, right here. So on this side, this is the side opposite of where you start the room in. Here, right here, there's this pipe, long pipe. On the left of it are explosive rebar spawns. On the right of it, in the corner, which is concealed by this thing, there are 2 possible grub spawns. Now, it is kind of a loss of time to check for them, but they are there. And you could get up to 2 grubs from it, as well as explosive rebar. So it could be worth checking. Yeah, here come the ads. Guess we'll stop for a little while. For a little while. Oh, I missed a message from Robin. Are the new i2 variants faster or slower than the old one? The old one is by far the fastest. Well, actually, I think that if you're skipping, right? If you're skipping with grubs, injectors, and pills, I think the Pipeworks variant, is it actually faster? I think it might be faster, or at least equal. The Shattered Chambers interlude is definitely slower. Oh wait, you're not skipping this one? Oh no, Crowy. Crowy, you're not skipping the i2? Yo, congratulations on the sub 11, Emily. Very well done. Oh, you didn't record it? Come on. Ah, you can't do this to me. Yeah, I appreciate the submission, Crowy, but why didn't you skip I2? Why didn't you skip this interlude? Oh, you're bad at fast climbing with the grubs, I see. You could consider practicing it. Because right now in your inventory, you do have all the items you need to completely skip this interlude. Completely. So, you know, if you did, you would save a massive amount of time. But that's fine. You play your way. I'm just here to inform you on the fastest ways to do things. Okay, so that means you go up normally. Do you have rebar? Oh, you don't. Yeah, it's probably worth just popping the injector to make the jump to the platform and from it. Doing this normally is just a huge waste of time, the second section. You know, you could say that doing... that not skipping this entire thing is a massive loss of time, and it is. But hey, should you record from now on? I think so. Well, you know, if you would like to submit your runs here for review, sure. I would be more than happy to watch your runs. Alright, there we go. Easy jump and easy jump back. You have 30 seconds. What's my PB? 7:55, I think? I don't even remember. It was so long since I played the Knuckle for the last time. 7:55 is my PB in the anniversary update. Alright, I'm gonna fast forward this a bit. Alright, well, let's see. Oh, god. So unusual to actually see Forlorn Gateway and this room in runs that get submitted. Release date for the nest? No. But if I had to guess, the trailer is coming out very, very, very soon, like in a matter of days. And the update itself is probably coming at the end of the month. So double inject for the shaft. Is it worth it? It would have probably been better. Like, I get it. You want to get maximum value out of this grub, which I can understand. But, oh, no. But technically, it would have been better to spread the 2 injector uses apart, because while injectors do stack, it is also not as efficient to stack injector buffs, or any buffs in general. Because if you stack them, they start decaying faster. No, it is good. Like, obviously, like, if you want to, you can absolutely pop 2 injectors in the shaft. The thing is, like, popping multiple injectors, while it is good when you're, like, cracked and you know exactly what you're doing, it is less efficient than just using them one by one with, like, a 20-second delay in between, or even at least 10 seconds. All right, I don't even know how people call this thing. Construction pier, skeleton pier. Guaranteed vendor right here. Nothing good in it, unfortunately. Then the injector spawn behind these plates. You do get it. Very nice. And then you skip straight to the end. Since you have no metabolic stasis, you don't have enough time to grab into the secret and then from the secret to the end. So you just skip it like this. Well done. Since you say you are a casual player, right? The grub did spawn there, and this wasn't exactly like the fastest run ever anyway. I think you could have picked up this grub. I think it could have helped you in Delta if you're still like just playing casually. The secret, so in this pier, right, you get this injector behind the plates, not the plates, the concrete things, whatever. And then, let me, this frame is okay. So when you skip, you pop the grub, you pop the injector. If you have metabolic stasis, you have enough time, instead of going left straight into Delta Labs, you have enough time on your grub to go right. This thing is an entrance to a slightly secret-ish area that has a injector spawn and a pill spawn. If you have metabolic stasis, you have enough time to go in there, grab those things, and then go left and finish the pier. Oh, you decided to spare Delta Dan? People love Delta Dan, huh? The fan favorite. Okay, an amazing room. Guaranteed injector right here. A life spared. You know, people love sparing grubs. Oh no. Oh, you still have the hammer. Come on. Smack it. Show it. Come on, get it. Yes, okay. Thank God you got it. So yeah, as I was saying, people love like caring for grubs and sparing them. You know, people outside of speedrunners. But it would be very funny if once the nest comes out, we see that grubs evolve or grow up into some kind of like absolute monstrosities. You can smack arms? Yes. So this is like the worst thing. It is the worst way to deal with them. It is much better to either use an explosive rebar at your feet or a blink eye. But if you have nothing else, then yes, it is worth smacking them. To smack them, you have to look directly behind you, in the direction where the arm is dragging you. The problem is, it tries, like, it does its absolute best to turn your screen away from the exact point you need to be looking at to hammer it. So it can be quite hard to hammer it, but yes, you can do it. 5:45. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? 5:45. I'm not sure if we will have enough time to get to it. I only have 15 minutes left. If we don't, we will look at it in the next stream. Okay, another guaranteed injector. A very good injector luck here in Delta. Quite amazing luck. Okay, slow and steady. No problems with this room at all. When do I stream? I don't know myself. If you mean like a schedule for days. But before the nest comes out, I will try to stream as often as possible. I want to get back into it. Okay, one injector here, very nice. Have I fixed my sleeping schedule? No, I ruined it again, but it doesn't matter. Because I am awake for the streams. This is all that matters. Okay, no injectors here. 2 injectors here. Very nice. Amazing. And that's all your roaches. Just go. A very, very good amount of injectors. How many is that? 6? 6 injectors for the Abyss. That is a very good. Now, on the other hand, you don't have metabolic stasis, which means you are losing a lot of injector duration. These injectors will be nowhere near as good as they would have been with metabolic stasis. Still, it's better to have them than not to have them. Any coming videos? Not until Nest, no. But as soon as Nest comes out, I have a lot planned, a lot. So yes, once Nest drops at the end of this month, I will be very busy, very busy. The Abyss was tragic? Why? It looks good so far. Are we expecting a tragedy in Hanging Gardens? And you even get 2 injectors here. This is very good. This is very, very good. Wait, how can you mess this up? There is no way. You are on 3 injectors right now. No way. How can this be ruined? Oh. Well, that's like not too bad, right? Like, yeah, it's a fall. That's bad. That's a loss of time, but that's... Oh, God, got me scared there for a second. That's still fine. That's still fine. Well, yeah, okay, that's still fine. Then climb this tower, get the injector. No injector, that's fine. Launch yourself with the explosive rebar to the part with the tram next to you, or even forward. Yeah, you have double jump. That's okay. That's even better. Oh, that's fine though. That's okay. That's fine. This is fine. Like, yes, you messed up a little bit. That's okay. That is totally fine. I was expecting like some insane fumbles here from the way you were describing it. No, that's fine. Yes, Hakas, I know. Everyone's gonna be busy with Nest, and me especially. Yeah, no, this is no tragedy here. All good. You know, the perks could have been better. At least you got system reorganization, which is like solid. Oh, if only you were playing competitive. You know, I'm guessing you don't really want to get into speedrunning, right? But if you were playing competitive, and with just a little bit more practice, you could be cracking like sub 10s in no time. You have great potential. Considering how quickly you learned all the item spawns, so you basically just you know all the item spawns already. A competitive mode and some practice, and you could be getting some very good times. So well done, well done. Yeah, thank you for your submission. Always happy to look at them. Now, oh, what's Maso PB? Is this actually Masochist? It is Masochist. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but nah, no Masochists. All right, so I only have like 10 minutes left. So this is probably going to be the last one from Oski Badowski. Oski Badowski. I'm sorry, but like, I'm only reviewing campaign runs. Like normal campaign runs, not Maso. I'm sorry. Like, maybe I will, like, watch them on some separate streams or something. But I want to focus, like, especially since I have limited time, I want to focus on just normal campaign. What am I hearing? Is this myself? Did you just record this? I'm gonna mute it then. All right. See you later. Thank you for dropping by. Okay, we begin with a quite underwhelming room, which you can nonetheless skip with a single rebar. A single rebar. But you don't have a single rebar, because they didn't spawn and you didn't pick up the rebar at the start. Which is unfortunate, but hey, that's still fine. Straight into another unfortunate room. Oh my god. So here you only get food. Well, I guess you do need food, which is nice that you get it, but okay, not looking very promising so far. Kind of bad RNG. Okay, this might turn around here if you get the secret in the barnacle room. Will you get the secret though? Now that is the question. Not your PB? I see. Well, I will certainly provide you with... Oh, no, 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 no. Wait, wait, where? Wait, where are you going? There's a secret in this room. You are aware of the secret in this room, right? Right? Oh, it was closed. Okay, my bad. I assumed you didn't check it. So the secret is closed. Yeah, yeah, my bad. So you did check for it. Oh, you forgot? Oh, who just followed? Vitamin C. Thank you for the follow. Happy to have you on the stream. Oh, yeah. And of course, they don't want to bring you up. No secret. And barnacles don't want to extend their tongues. Oh, God. And yet another room with no items. You know, this would have been a restart. Like, for me, this 100% would have been a restart. So it's just like, you just got nothing in deep storage, essentially. No items whatsoever. Like, you legitimately got nothing. P-binding, an interesting choice. Not a very competitive choice, if you're going for the best possible times, but certainly an interesting and potentially fun... What? Oski. Oski. You gotta watch my Wackle guide. So you go into the best room in Shatter Chambers, and you just casually ignore one of the best parts of it. So right here, right? You get into this room, you jump onto the platform, and then in this corner, right here, in this corner, there's an opening which you can go through, which leads you to a secret with 3 possible grub spawns. Oski, come on. You gotta watch my guide. Plugging myself. Yeah, and this is the other part, which is why this room is so OP. Here you get a possible injector spawn and an almost guaranteed pill spawn. So at least you get those. So that's, you know, not horrible. But you missed, like, possibly you missed 3 grubs here. So you could have had 3 grubs. Oh my god. You gotta watch my guide. So, here, this room, right? This is the side with the vendor. It didn't spawn in this case, but this is the side where the vendor usually is. Here, if you follow, you see how the plates on the wall here, the panels are slightly angled. If you follow this angle, this tilt, right there, in this corner is a possible injector spawn, which you do not check, unfortunately, and you're missing. Should we count? So at this point, you are missing 3 grubs potentially, and potentially an injector. Let's see if we add more, and we definitely will add more. Okay, is this? Huh. So, okay, so you complete this room. So we are already missing 3 grubs and injector. Now this room, like you even go there at the start of this room, at this big platform at the start of this room. It has a possible grub spawn and a possible pill spawn. You even go there and then you turn around. Has this run been recorded just to troll me? Interesting. So at this point, we're missing 4 potential grubs, 1 potential injector, and 1 potential pill. Alright, this is yet another very, very good room with a lot of item spawns. Oh, please tell me you get at least something out of it. Right? So we skip the grub. Okay. Excuse, like, okay, is this... Has this run been recorded? Just to, like, mess with me? I don't think so, but... So this room has 2 pill spawns, 1 grub spawn, and 1 injector spawn. So, let's go all the way back. So this is the start of the room. And then, if you, instead of going up right here, if you went this way, through this horizontal section and then up, you would have gotten a grub, potentially a pill, although nobody really goes for that pill spawn. And then up here, right below this lamp, in the middle of the room, there is a panel, right? On top of this panel, there is a possible injector spawn. Oh my god, how much are we missing at this point? So we're missing 6 grubs. What, 3 injectors? Or 2 injectors? I think it's 2, right? And like infinite pills. I mean, that's fine, right? Like, well, it depends. If you're just playing casually, it's fine. If you're trying to speedrun, definitely, most definitely, either check out my guide or just like install the mod that shows you all the items and their like that spawns all the items with the spawn chances and play through like the entire game, like spawn all the rooms and go through them. All right. So also, is this like how old is this run? Oh, you started speedrunning a couple of days ago. I see. How old is this? Because like, so there's a injector and pill in your what are they called? The storage things. Was this before they added customizable lockers? Because you should definitely customize them to have ruby roaches instead, which you can grind for extra, instead of the injector and the pill, which are there by default. Will you get stasis? Oh my god, you don't even get stasis. This run is special. All right. Well, will you at least go into the elevator secret? Okay, you do. All right. So that's nice. You get the grub, you get the pill, you get the injector. Will you go into shoot? You do go into shoot. Okay. Now let's see. Yeah, definitely. The biggest thing I can tell you right now is just oh, whoa, that was dangerous. How did you not get set aflame at all? What is happening? Yeah, the biggest point, the biggest thing you can upgrade on, not upgrade. You even get smacked by a rock. Oh my god. Yeah, the biggest point you can improve on is item spawns because like you actually missed like infinite items at the start of this run. All right, so I'm guessing you're fairly inexperienced with uh, expulsion shoot, so that's fine. This is okay. No problems here. Though you did get quite unlucky to get hit by a rock on your head. Okay, very nice jump there. Well done. And onto the shaft. Will you get stasis? At least one stasis. Oh my good. What is this run? Okay, what was in the vendor? Nothing. Okay. Yeah. I think I've already advertised my guide enough. But yeah, definitely the most amount of improvement you can get right now is probably just from learning item spawns. Now there is a pill spawn right there above you. Oh, well, not anymore. Oh, actually, never mind. Never mind. That was my bad. I mistook. Oh, yeah, it is right here. So right here in this big opening. Oh, you actually do go in it. Yeah, there is a pill spawn in it. Okay, so here's the tricky part about this place. So if you come across this big opening in the wall, there is always a pill in it. There is always a pill here. And it is here. It is, let's see, can we even see it? Probably not. But basically, it's right here. It's always right here. The problem is, it is underneath the blood decal. So you have to like actually look for it. But it is always here. This pill is just concealed by the blood decal. And there's also a grub spawn there, although the chance for it is like pathetic. I think it's like less than 10%. I think it's like 8%. Yeah, you could have used the beans there as well, but that's fine. So now the problem is you used both of the grubs here, which like I can understand because you have no stasis, but that means you will have to play the pier normally without skipping it, unless you get a grub here. You get an injector, which is nice, but no grub. Kind of sad. All right, so where are we going? Slightly disoriented, but that's fine. All right, so since I'm assuming you haven't watched my guide, Pier 1, right? So this is Pier 1. Pier 1 has a vendor right here. You are out of roaches, so you don't really care about the vendor right here. The set of containers here, this set of containers, has an injector spawn right there. In between the two containers and at the bottom level, there is an injector spawn in between them. And now going left here is not worth it. Should have gone right, climbed the building on the right straight away. On this building, there is a guaranteed pill spawn. It is right here. So above this lamp, right above this lamp, there's like a newspaper on the roof, and on this newspaper is a guaranteed pill spawn. Now, usually you don't really want to go for it when you're like hardcore speedrunning, but I think in your case it could have helped you. Maybe. Okay, well, at least double ligament is helping you quite a bit with these jumps. Ligament restructure is a very, very strong perk. However, metabolic stasis unfortunately just overshadows everything else. If you don't get metabolic stasis, you're kind of screwed. If you're playing for the best possible time. That is unfortunately just how it is in White Knuckle. I am afraid that I do not have time. Now, in fact, I should be going off right now, but I will finish this. Oh, what the what is happening here? Okay, so you get into this room, which is like again one of the most one of the best rooms in Delta Labs because the guarantees an injector. So you get in it, and then what the hand like wraps around you. Hi, hello. Hi, how are you? Like this guy like finesses you, goes right behind you, and then grabs you. Wowie. And you have no hammer either. Oh, you could potentially hit it with the autopiton that's on the floor. Oh, that's fine. It let go. Yes, yes, yes. This is where you want to go. Yes. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Where are we going? Where are we going? Oh, no. Oh, God. Okay, so in this room, right? So you grab the guaranteed injector, and yes, yes, this is the correct way. You follow this ladder up, and then you turn around at the ladder at the like at the top of the ladder. You turn around and you keep going. But you drop down. Oh, woohoo! These are some routes, okay? Some experimental routes. Yo, by the way, this is one of the doors that I didn't even know exist. When Holly told me that there are 3 doors in this room on the interview, I guess that's one of them. I already know one, and so this is the second one. Maybe we can find the third. Oh my god, so you end up in this section where like yeah, there are items here, but you cannot get to the top of it unless you have like infinite boosts. Like there is a passage, right? So at the top of this super long shaft, there is a vent which leads you straight to the end of this room. But you cannot get there unless you have like infinite boosts or a grub, or if you wait for a hand to come out of this vent, go all the way down to you, grab you, and then like carry you all the way up. Ooh. Okay, now that's an interesting name. R27MRM. Thank you for the follow. Happy to have you on the stream. Alright, so now we are exploring this room. Okay, so this is, I think, the very bottom of the main section of this room. Yeah, it is. So we are at least on the right path now. Oh, there we go. There we go. At last. I think this is Delta Labs 03, right? Delta Labs 03 conquered. With this quite some difficulty, but you did it. Right, now this room is not great. While you did go the right way, and this is how you finish it quickly via this vent. Unfortunately, you get no items from this room. Okay, this is the beginning of the red... Wait. Oh, never mind. Here I was wrong. This is the balls device. Wait, what the... Am I going crazy? Oh, no, never mind. Of course, it's the evil room. So here, at the very start of it, if you care, you can stop for a second and pick up a can of food, if you have, like, polyphagia, for example. And there are also 2 flares at the very, very start of this room. Now, obviously, you don't care about any of this. So that's fine. You have done it fairly quickly. No problems. Onto the Abyss. So I think you got a grand total of 0 injectors in Delta Labs, which is, of course, not great. And you are also completely out of roaches, which is also not great. So you just don't have anything. Huh. Well, since you don't have anything, right? It would have been worth... So if you do not pick up the flare gun in the shaft, when you are in this interlude, there will be a flare gun on top of this box. So if you don't have a flare gun already, there will be one here on top of this box, or sometimes it like falls under the box, but it will be there. So since you have since you have nothing at all, it would have been worth it to pick up that flare gun for sure. Your best time is unfortunately 18 minutes. Why unfortunately? What is so unfortunate about having 18 minutes as your best time? While, like, we're definitely, like, super speedrunning here, as long as you are beating your own times when you play White Knuckle, that's good enough. You don't have to compete with absolute best players in this game. It's all good. It's all good. As long as you're having fun. Alright, so now the start of this is kind of questionable, right? So you send the tram going, right? So you send the tram, and then instead of following the tram, you rage, Hulk rage, and then you like start recycling stuff. So because you did not follow the tram, the track has now collapsed, so you cannot just walk over it. Okay, I actually have a double jump. Yeah, that's fine. You will be able to do this at least. Oh god, what a run. What a run. No injectors, no eyes, not even rebar. You just have you have nothing. Oh my goodness gracious. A run of no items. Just a very slow and methodical walk across the abyss. We're just chilling here. No need to worry. Markiplier edition. Is this how Markiplier played the abyss? Knowing Markiplier, he probably had a lot more trouble actually than this. Oh, this is one of your worst runs? Yeah, well, I can definitely see why. Okay, now you should make this jump to the... Oh. Spoke too soon. Whoops. Somebody walked off the edge and waited a bit too long. So you double jumped, and yeah. Now you're at the bottom. Yep, yep. That's what happens sometimes. You want to get Climb Lord? Abyss Climb Lord specifically? So basically, start with the spear, spam the spear as much as possible in early loops, collect all the items that you can get your hands on, so all the injector spawns, and even the pill spawns. There are quite a few actually, like 2 or 3. The explosive rebar spawns, collect all the items, always sacrifice minor items, or not minor items, sacrifice those items you pick up. the explosive rebars, pills, and even injectors if you have nothing else to get minor perks. Obviously, what you're looking for. Oh, okay. So you already know the meta. So I guess you already know all this. So I'm guessing you're also crouching while flying too. Now the thing is, going from 30 to 35 is essentially just luck. If you are lucky enough to get enough rabbit DNA stacks, but not just rabbit DNA stacks, right? You need rabbit DNA stacks, you need blink eyes, and you need injectors. If you get plenty of those three, you get it, no problem. If you don't, well, that's just how Endless Abyss is. Now, you say this is one of your worst runs. This is still a 15-minute run. Like, yeah, this run was kind of tragic. But overall, you still did well. Now, please, if you want to keep speedrunning, please look up item spawn locations and some of the routes, like in that room in Delta Labs. Either watch the guide that I have on YouTube, the complete Knuckle guide, or install the entity. What is it called? I think it's in the description of that video. Install that mod, which will always spawn all items, and it will show you their spawn chances. So like spawn all the rooms in the game, and then just go through them with this mod, just so you can see where the items are. You have missed so many items on this run. So many items. If you just picked those up, you could have had like an insane time, to say the least. And then of course, ruby roaches in the lockers, but I think you're aware of that. So yeah, good run. Thank you for the submission. And fellas, I think that'll be it for this stream. I am all out of time, but I am happy to be back. I am happy to be doing this again. So expect more streams until the nest comes out. And then once the nest comes out, I will obviously be busy making videos, but in between those videos, I will also be streaming. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for dropping by. And I suppose I shall catch you very soon for the next stream. Now, is there someone to raid? Who's streaming White Knuckle? Any local streamers? Do I know anyone? Oh, yo, the Big Fuzzy streaming. I want to watch him as well. So let's go watch him together, no? This is like a win-win situation. I'm gonna be watching him as well. So if somebody wants to watch the Big Fuzz, the creator of the Masochist movie, stick around. The Big Pro Fuzz. Pro Fuzzy. Pro Huzzy. Let's go. Alright, fellas. Till next time. And the runs I've missed, next time we will look at them. Well, as long as you are in the chat. If you are in the chat next time, just tell me and I will look at your runs.
We need to do 5 and